Hi, welcome to the American Dream Spokane. Today, we're going to be showing you the real estate, lifestyles, and culture of this amazing city. You're going to be hearing from some award-winning real estate professionals who are going to show you the cool stories of this great town. I'm your host, Jared Evanson, and this is the American Dream.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
One of the things that I hear so many people say they love about the Inland Northwest is that it truly does have 4 seasons. But for some, the winter can be really daunting. That was the case for me until I learned how to ski. Now, the moment that the weather drops, I get so excited because I know that it's going to be time to hit the mountains soon. We're going to start today at Shreds, where they're going to gear us up to be able to go up to Mount Spokane and see one of the most beautiful mountains in our area. After that, we're gonna go to Stone Ridge Golf Course Community and see just an absolutely stunning, beautiful lakefront and golf front community home. So, come with me. I'm Cambria Henry, and I'm your host for American Dream TV. With Josh Anderson. Josh is the marketer and buyer for Shred in Spokane. Shred is responsible for getting you completely geared up and ready to hit the outdoors. Josh, tell me what's your favorite thing about the Spokane area?
Oh, favorite part about Spokane is living so close to all the outdoor activities that this whole area has to offer. From mountain biking to snowboarding to river activities, there's just so much, around us. This store is my favorite place to be a part of, This is such a community store for all the boards and bikes, activities here. So to come in here and be able to help someone from base layers all the way up to, a thick jacket to stay warm out there, from all the water sports to get people out in the water or in the woods, absolutely, it's a huge passion of mine.
I know I came in here the first time and I'd never been skiing. I was super nervous, and somebody got me like, okay, these are the socks you need. You need to put this over your head for your neck, and then if it's really cold, now you do a snowsuit. But it's really important not to get too hot when you're out skiing.
First off, number 1 rule is cotton is rotten when you're outside. Okay, so if you want to think about the different type of layering, to keep you warm, to regulate your heat, is all by using synthetic materials, but it's all an ecosystem inside your jacket, from base layers to a mid layer to your shell.
If you get too hot, you start to sweat, and
Yes.
then you start to freeze.
Absolutely.
And then if you get too cold, you're just miserable the entire time.
Oh gosh, it's the worst. Yeah, if you're not sure on what gear you already have, bring it in. We'd be more than happy to break anything down for you and then show you other alternatives if that's the next step for you. Absolutely.
Now that we have got all our gear, it's time to hit the slopes. For this episode, we chose to go to Mount Spokane Ski Hill. And let me tell you, it is an absolute beautiful day. The view from all of the slopes are just gorgeous, breathtaking. While you're coming down the mountain, you can just focus on that view and completely relax. So let's go to the top. Welcome to the beautiful Stone Ridge Golf Course community. This home actually backs up to a lake, and the membership here comes with unlimited golfing, use of a beautiful clubhouse, and a pool. All the homes in this area are beautiful custom homes, and it's one of the last areas in the country where you can get a waterfront home at $600,000. It's just a short drive from town. Let's take a look. Can you imagine walking out your back door to go fishing? This home is located right on this beautiful lake. You can't really see it right now because it's covered in snow, but during the winter you can ice fish, and during the summer you can paddleboard and kayak and go fishing right outside your back door. Plus, there's a ton of hiking trails for when it's just a little bit warmer. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, Cambria Henry, and I hope to see you next time on my next episode of American Dream TV.
Hello and welcome to American Dream TV. We're your hosts, Adam and Laura Salas.
And today we're going to be showcasing the diversity of food that Spokane, Washington has to offer. We are currently at Vue Carré, which is a New Orleans-inspired restaurant, and we'll be meeting with the owner, Corey McElfresh.
The design and atmosphere makes you feel like you're inside the French quarters of New Orleans. Let's go take a look. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going? Just want to thank you for taking the time to showcase your restaurant. Just had a few questions we're going to ask you and go from there.
Well, welcome in.
So Corey, what inspired you to create a New Orleans themed restaurant in Spokane?
Well, really it's the culture, the food, the history behind it, this beautiful building. It all just screamed New Orleans.
Tell me about the artwork that went behind all this.
So most of the artwork here, I actually went down to New Orleans and picked it up from a street artist.
All right, Corey, I couldn't help but notice the smell of your kitchen. What do we got cooking today?
Oh, well, Kaylee's gonna bring over actually some of our signature dishes. We have our bacon wrapped shrimp and grits that I actually got the recipe from Mr. B's Bistro down in New Orleans. And then we have our famous honey whipped cornbread. I have our red crab beignets, and then I have some gator bites.
So what do we have here?
So here we have our signature cocktail, the Vue Carré.
Thank you.
We have a old fashioned for you.
Thank you.
And then I have the Germain 75.
Well, Corey, thanks for taking the time to showcase your restaurant here. Thanks and cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. Now we're gonna head off to North Spokane, Shady Slope Estates, a gated community to showcase our colonial home. Let's go take a look and I'll see you guys there. I'm so excited to bring you guys this brick colonial 2-story home in Shady Slope Estates. It's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 5,500 square foot home sitting on a hilltop of 8.5 acres, and it has views for days with the pool in the back. Let's go inside, take a look, and let me know what you think.
This kitchen is one of my favorite parts of this house. It was remodeled in 2018 and awarded the Kitchen Remodel Award of Spokane County that year. They have finished it off with high-end finishes like quartz countertops, Wolf appliances, and they did the two-tone cabinetry that gives you the blue on the island and then the white on this side. Now over here you might think this is a pantry, but don't be fooled. This is actually a full huge fridge that will fit your entire Costco order. And it doesn't end here. Let me show you something down the hall. Inside this laundry room is an additional wet bar with a second dishwasher.
This home also comes with an in-law suite that goes to the garage where you can put your in-laws or maybe that college kid that came home. Let's go take a look. And that wraps up an episode of American Dream TV. Until next time, thanks and have a great day.
You know, when people think about where they want to live, there's a lot of things to consider. Real estate that's available and prices, hospitals and healthcare, education and schools, restaurants, entertainment, parks, and even sports. Today I want to show you some cool places in Spokane because I've lived here for 20 years and the quality of life here is amazing, and I think you'll love it too. I'm going to take you to one of my favorite places in the heart of the city today, but before we go there, I want to make a pit stop. We need to get some fuel. This is Steve Silbar, your host. Let's go. We're gonna make a quick stop at Hello Sugar. This is the local donut shop that makes little bitty donuts, but they're really cool and really delicious. Come on, let's go grab some. So now that we have our sugar, we're gonna head down to Riverfront Park and the skating ribbon. Welcome to Riverfront Park. This is the center of the city, and this area, dating back to the early 1900s, was full of rail lines. There were 2 rail stations and rail businesses. This area's been totally reconfigured, mostly for the Expo in 1974, but now we have Riverfront Park, which is an amazing area. Okay, so we're in Riverfront Park, and I've got a guest with me. This is Jon Moog. Jon is with the City of Spokane. He's the director of Riverfront. Jon, thanks for being here today.
Oh, you're welcome, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so if you can kind of give us in a nutshell, tell us about Riverfront Park, kind of the history and where we're going in the future.
Well, Riverfront Park is really a gem in Spokane. It is one of a kind, seriously. In 1974, the World's Fair came here, and it was a transformational event for this park. After the World's Fair, we transformed it into a park, and now it is like an urban oasis for our community. And so it really became an economic driver and has continued to foster economic development downtown and around the borders of the park. The park is only 100 acres, but we are having development on the North Bank and the South Bank, and we continue to get that investment, both private and public dollars coming in around the park. And there's so much more. We have tons of art, public art around here. We have at least 20 public art pieces in throughout the park.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Appreciate your time. So we are at the Numerica Skate Ribbon, and this is Paige Lawson with Numerica. So Paige, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Can you tell me what makes the skate ribbon a staple of Spokane?
Yeah, the Numerica Skate Ribbon's more than just ice skating. You know, it's really a place for friends and family to gather and make memories.
So what kind of events do you guys hold here, or does the ribbon hold here, I should say?
Yeah, oh my gosh, so many fun ones. They do some nonprofit days, so they give part of the proceeds of each ticket back to different nonprofits in the community. And then summertime's pretty fun too. They do some exercise classes out here, and you can roller skate through it. So there's always something going on. So we did just host Skate with the Chiefs, and it was so much fun. So the Chiefs Hockey Club came down here. We had David's Pizza giving away free pizza. We gave away 300 free tickets that also got them free rentals. Wow. And it's just so much fun because the little kids are so excited to skate with the hockey players.
Paige, thank you very much for joining us today. We're gonna grab some skates and go skate for a little bit.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. All right. This is Steve with American Dream TV. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you again soon, and be good. If you can't be good, be great.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Nate Brown. We're here at the historic ghost town site of Old Lawson. We're about 15 miles from Oroville. You can see the Canadian border right there, and we're about 3 hours from Spokane. This town was founded after a mining boom in 1900 and quickly dried up. There's now less than 30 residents here. Today, we're going to check out the 19th annual Northwest Fishing Festival. And we're going to meet with Kevin Myrick, and he's going to tell us all about Sidley Lake, what we're catching, and then what they do to make it happen. After that, we're going to head up to Ladybug Mountain. We're going to check out a 566-acre ranch, one of the most beautiful places in the area, and you'll see why. I'll see you there. Well, here we are with Kevin Myrick. He's going to tell us a little bit about Sidley Lake down here, just like I was talking about earlier. But he knows a lot more than I do. So, Kevin, what are you doing to bring the health back to this lake?
So what we do is we aerate the lake in the wintertime for 6 months out of the year, 24/7. We have 2,000 feet of 3/4 inch line that creates oxygen in the level, and it helps release all the gases with the open water. In the summertime, we use it only at night to cool the lake off. So it brings all the cold water up, it settles, and we can bring the temperature down 10 degrees. So our lake is more of a lake than a swampy pond.
Awesome.
So it creates healthy biology and ecology through the aeration. So the aerator is a giant compressor, and we use lightweight synthetic fish-friendly oil. And it basically, we just blow bubbles, and that creates oxygen and makes the ice so it can't melt.
And this was the first one installed?
This was one of two in 1957 in the United States.
That's crazy.
So the lake at that time was seasonal because all the fish died every year. So there was no ice fishing, and they didn't have any fish until they replanted them.
Like, how many people annually do you normally see coming to this event? Between
80 and 150. Last year we had somebody from Chile. We have a guy that comes from Michigan every year. He didn't show up this year, so they come from everywhere.
That's awesome. So I would highly recommend coming checking this out, checking out all the events in the Grange. We really appreciate what you guys do here.
Yeah, and last year a kid won. He won with a 4-pounder, and I just heard there's another 4-pounder in the youth group. So. It really gets the kids hooked when they're catching fish as big as they are.
Yeah, that's awesome. I might have to give it a shot myself. So,
yeah.
Kevin, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
It was a blast.
Thank you.
We're going to check out some more stuff, and don't forget, a little bit later, we're going to head up to Ladybug Mountain, and we're going to check out that beautiful property, over 566 acres of beautiful post and beam craftsmen. We'll see you there. Welcome to the top of beautiful Ladybug Mountain. This place will blow your mind, and it's just one of the places available in the area. Coolest thing about this place, there's tons of fun facts, and I'm going to hit you with as many as I can right off the bat. This one was built in 1997, a little over 2,700 square feet. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, over 566 acres, several ponds on the property. It's got 6 paddocks down below, a wash bay, and what else? A guest house. You got it. So come check this place out. It's awesome. I'll see you there.
I'm Patricia O'Callahan, and I'm your host for this episode of Selling Spokane, The American Dream. Today, I am honored because I get to showcase to you one of the best representations of Art Deco architecture in the Pacific Northwest. Come along and take a tour with me. Imagine it's the 1930s. The Depression has just ended and theaters are all the rave. This is when the Fox Theater was established. This was at an unbelievable cost at that time, $1 million. One interesting fact is that people gathered from all over not only to see the theater, but the Fox had the first central air-conditioned space. 21st Century Fox used their Fox theaters to show only their films. Through the years, the theater changed from live vaudeville, newsreels, and pipe organs. In the 1950s, they switched it up to Disney movies. No story is complete without a ghost or a scandal, and this theater has both. Rumor has it, Otis, a ghost stagehand, fell to his death and haunts the theater at night. And in 1969, the X-rated film that was banned in the United States, I Am Curious Yellow, was released here at the Fox Theater. Well, the theater manager was smart. He knew this would create quite the controversy and had his attorneys waiting in case he was arrested. Well, of course he was, and he was out in minutes. But due to the smart planning, the show extended for 2 more weeks to a packed house. In 1968, the Symphony moved in, playing music to movies like Herbie the Love Bug. The Symphony would continue renting the space and playing there until 1975, when the Opera House courted them to move locations to experience state-of-the-art acoustics and modern conveniences. This is when the Fox became the first ever multi-screen theater in Eastern Washington and opened their doors to the movie King Kong. Tired, faded, and operating as a rundown movie discount house, the Fox had to either sell or face demolition. In 2005, an old tenant, the Symphony, stepped up, and with creative, historic, and new market tax credits, they succeeded in the purchase of the Fox for $1.2 million after all those years. Preservationists passionately stepped up campaigning to raise $30+ million to restore the Fox Theater. Many amazing financial contributors knew how important the building is and was, so they dug deep in their pockets to complete the 2-year restoration. Once again, the beautiful murals would come alive. After much anticipation, in 2007, the doors opened, changing their theme from theater to performing arts. So it's really rare that a symphony owns their space, and we're so fortunate here in Spokane because we get shows like Pink Martini, Chelsea Handler, Kevin James, and the symphony still plays music to film. This theater is on the Historic Register and last remaining Art Deco theaters north of San Francisco. So when words fail to represent just how magnificent this theater is, photos capture how rich, vibrant, and alive the theater is today. And I think William Fox would be proud. I'm Patricia O'Callahan, and I'd like to thank you for coming to the Fox Theater today. This has been an honor and a pleasure, and I hope that everyone takes the opportunity to travel around the world, see many of the Fox theaters that are left in the United States, and I welcome you to join me next time on American Dream, Selling Spokane. I'm Patricia O'Callahan. Thank you. I'll see you next time.
Welcome to the American Dream. Today we're at Patsy Clark's mansion in Brown's Addition. The American Dream TV show is about lifestyles, real estate, neighborhoods, and the American dream. Patrick Clark had a dream. He had an American dream, and at age 18 immigrated here from Ireland. He was wildly successful, and he made such a big impact in the Pacific Northwest that here I am today, 150 years later. If an 18-year-old immigrant can come to the United States and accomplish the American dream, then you can too. Why don't you come with me and we'll take a look inside the mansion. welcome to Patsy Clark's mansion. In 1889, Patrick Clark commissioned Kirkland Cutter to design the finest house this side of the Mississippi. And that's exactly what he's done. Patsy Clark's mansion is one of the most iconic mansions in the Pacific Northwest. Construction lasted over 9 years. It was completed in 1898, during which time it's believed construction costs to be over $13 million. There are 27 rooms and over 12,000 square feet in the mansion. And let's take a look at a few more of the rooms. Great, and welcome into the beautiful dining room, sitting room in Patsy Clark. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the historical Browns Addition in Spokane, Washington. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching this episode of the American Dream Spokane. I'm Jared Evanson, and I've enjoyed hosting you as our market's top real estate professionals showed you around our community. Don't forget to catch us next time and follow us on social at The American Dream TV. Until next time, cheers. This is your American Dream.
Hello, America, and welcome to The American Dream, a national TV show centered on real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Let's get this show started right now.
I cannot wait to show you the inside of this incredible estate.
Welcome back to The American Dream.
Let's get this show started right now.
I don't think they heard me the first time.
Does this ever get old?
A national TV show centered on real estate, lifestyle, and culture.
There's never a day that I don't love hopping on my cruiser, taking a spin around the bay.
Yeah, you know the biz, baby. Yeah, you know the biz, baby. The way we win, it ain't fair. But hey!